Invisible Woman, Human Torch,
Love you, Johnny!
and The Thing.
Hey, what time is
Galactus has come for a baby, and it might be the most powerful being in Marvel history. Here's everything you need to know before Fantastic Four First Steps. What Galactus actually wants. Galactus is known in the comics as the Devourer of Worlds, a cosmic being who literally consumes entire planets to survive. But this time, Galactus isn't here to eat Earth. He's here for one thing: a baby. More specifically, Franklin Richards, the newborn son of Reed Richards and Sue Storm. Now that might sound ordinary, until you realize who Franklin really is. In the comics, Franklin Richards is one of the most powerful beings in the Marvel Universe. He's a child who can create entire universes from nothing. At one point, he even became Galactus himself in another timeline. That's why Galactus is coming now. He knows this child could grow into a threat, or an ally. And in this movie, it's clear, Galactus wants to control that future before it begins. This is more about a cosmic custody battle. Some early reactions say this version of Galactus feels less like a monster and more like a force of nature. He's massive, cold, and terrifying even when he's off-screen. You can feel his presence over the entire movie, especially once it's clear he's watching Franklin. But the thing is, Franklin might already be powerful, which means the Fantastic Four aren't just fighting to protect the Earth. They're fighting to protect their own child from a god. Shalla Bal is the new Silver Surfer. If you've seen the trailers, you probably noticed something strange. That Silver Surfer is not the one you know. This time, the Herald of Galactus isn't Norin Radd. It's Shalla Bal, played by Julia Garner. In the comics, Shalla Bal was Norin's lover, someone he gave everything to protect. But in Fantastic Four First Steps, she is the Silver Surfer, and that changes everything. Just like Galactus, she's not here to destroy Earth. She's a messenger, and maybe even a warning. According to early reactions, Shalla Bal's role is more mysterious than violent. She's powerful, yes, but not cruel. She isn't fighting just for Galactus. She seems torn, almost like she understands the stakes and doesn't fully agree with what's happening. This version pulls from deep Marvel lore, especially from the Earth X storyline, where Shalla Bal becomes Galactus's herald in a twisted future. It's a sign that Marvel is rewriting its cosmic rules, and it fits the tone of the movie. This isn't a black-and-white fight between good and evil. It's a slow build toward something much bigger. A war of choices, futures, and family. Shalla Bal isn't necessarily the bad guy. She's a reflection of what Franklin could become. If things go wrong, his future might look just like hers. Why this team feels different. Most Marvel teams are built on banter and bickering, but not this one. The Fantastic Four in First Steps feel like a real family. They're complicated, emotional, and already carrying a lot of weight. Sue Storm, played by Vanessa Kirby, is pregnant, but she's one of the most powerful characters in the movie. Early reactions say she's the emotional center, the one who holds everything together when things start to fall apart. Reed Richards, played by Pedro Pascal, isn't trying to become a hero. He's already a leader, but he's tired, scared, and at the same time under pressure to save both his family and the world. Ben Grimm and Johnny Storm add warmth and humor to First Steps. They're not just sidekicks, and critics say Ebon Moss-Bachrach's Ben is surprisingly touching, while Joseph Quinn's Johnny adds just enough fire to keep things moving. This is not their origin story. They're already a team. But something's off. The trailers hint that this family is already fractured. Emotionally and maybe physically. That makes everything feel more urgent. They're not trying to come together. They're trying not to fall apart. And that's what makes them feel real. Not just as superheroes, but as people trying to survive something much bigger than themselves. What sets this movie apart from everything? This is not your usual Marvel movie. You don't need to watch 10 other films to understand what's going on. Fantastic Four First Steps is standalone, set in a different universe, Earth 828, where everything feels retro and strange at the same time. The world looks like a mix of 1960s science fiction and modern CGI. Think old-school computers, flying cars, and massive space stations. You might think that makes it goofy, but it's not. It's beautiful, and sometimes a little scary. This movie doesn't rely on quick jokes or silly scenes to keep you watching. The tone is more serious, closer to Interstellar than Ant-Man. It's emotional and quiet in all the right places, and it gives you moments to breathe. Critics say the visuals are stunning, especially in IMAX. Space scenes feel massive. Galactus isn't just big, he's terrifying. His voice shakes the theater, and his presence makes everything feel more real. There's still action and powers, but what stands out most is the feeling, the pressure, the danger, and the sense that this family is the only thing holding the universe together. Theories, cameos, and secret characters to watch out for. Marvel is being secretive with this movie, but fans are already spotting clues, and they hint at some major surprises. Let's start with Paul Walter Hauser. He plays a strange character who lives underground. Most people think he's Mole Man, a classic Fantastic Four villain, but others believe he might be hiding something much bigger, maybe even a link to the X-Men universe. Then there's Natasha Lyonne. We still don't know who she plays. Some think she's Alicia Masters, a sculptor who becomes close to Ben Grimm. Others believe she might be Birdie from What If, which would open up some wild multiverse ideas. There were also rumors about Red Ghost, an old villain with super-intelligent apes. His scenes were reportedly cut, but fans think he might appear in a post-credits scene or future sequel. Now here's the big one, the baby. Everyone knows Franklin Richards is the center of the story, but what if that baby isn't really a baby? Some leaks suggest we might see older versions of Franklin during the movie, possibly from other universes. Maybe one of them is even the villain. Or maybe he becomes Galactus in the future. These are just speculations, but even if one of these theories is true, first steps could change everything. Where this is all headed. Fantastic Four First Steps isn't your typical reboot. It's setting up the future of the entire Marvel universe. The story takes place in a different reality, Earth 828. But by the end of the movie, the team is expected to cross into Earth 616. The main MCU timeline. That's where Avengers Doomsday will take place. And yes, Franklin Richards may be the key to all of it. Some fans believe Franklin's powers could change how the multiverse works. If that's true, he might be the secret weapon in Secret Wars, where timelines collide and heroes from every universe fight to survive. And there's a big rumor floating around. Robert Downey Jr. might appear as Dr. Doom. Not in the main movie, but possibly in a post-credits scene. And that would make sense. Doom is the Fantastic Four's most iconic villain, and Marvel's been saving him for something big. Some insiders think Downey could also return as a Tony Stark variant. Not Iron Man exactly, but someone close. Maybe in Secret Wars, or maybe even sooner. But one thing is clear. This movie isn't just the beginning of the Fantastic Four. It's the beginning of Marvel's next chapter. That's everything you need to know before Fantastic Four First Steps. Watch out for our non-spoiler review, coming up next. Make sure to subscribe, give us a like, and let us know what you think in the comments. Thanks for watching, and catch you in the next one.